Hey everyone, before we dive into this wild story, please hit that subscribe button to join our channel for more crazy workplace tales. The gala was in full swing, lights twinkling, champagne flowing, and I felt on top of the world. As CEO of a rising tech startup, I was there to charm investors and seal a game-changing deal. My secretary, Clara, was by my side, clipboard in hand, managing every detail. She'd been with me for years, always reliable, always sharp. But tonight, something felt off. Her usual warm smile was replaced by a tight, forced grin. I brushed it off as stress. Big nights do that to people. Still, I caught her whispering to a colleague, her eyes darting toward me. The air felt heavy, like a storm was brewing. I had no idea what was coming. Clara had always been loyal, or so I thought. The gala was packed with industry giants, and I was ready to shine. But as I mingled, I noticed people giving me odd looks. Whispers followed me like shadows. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. I approached a group of investors, ready to pitch our latest AI project. Their smiles were polite but cold, their eyes avoiding mine. I launched into my spiel, confident, polished, but their reactions were muted. One of them, Mr. Grayson, a key investor, raised an eyebrow. "Is it true?" he asked, voice low. I froze, unsure what he meant. "Is what true?" I replied, my heart picking up speed. He leaned in, his tone sharp. "The rumors about your company's financials." My stomach dropped. Rumors. We were solid. Our books were clean. I glanced at Clara, standing nearby, her face unreadable. She'd been handling investor updates. Could she have slipped up? No, not Clara. But the doubt crept in, gnawing at me. I excused myself and pulled Clara aside, my pulse racing. "What's going on?" I demanded, keeping my voice low. She blinked, feigning innocence. "What do you mean?" she said, too calm. I pressed her about the rumors, but she deflected, saying she'd heard nothing. Her eyes wouldn't meet mine. I felt a chill. Clara was my right hand. How could she not know? The gala buzzed around us, but I was hyper-focused. I noticed her fidgeting, her fingers twisting her bracelet. Something was off, but I had no proof. I told her to stay close and returned to the crowd. The night was slipping away, and I needed to salvage it. But the whispers were spreading, like wildfire. An hour later, I overheard a group of execs talking about mismanagement in my company. My blood ran cold. Mismanagement? Our growth was stellar, our team top-notch. I scanned the room for Clara. She was gone. My phone buzzed with a text from a colleague. "Check the investor chat." I opened it, my hands trembling. Messages were flying, claims of inflated numbers, shady deals. None of it was true, but the damage was done. I felt eyes on me, judging, questioning. I needed to find Clara now. She was the only one with access to those reports. My mind raced. Had she betrayed me? No, it couldn't be. But the evidence was mounting. I found Clara by the bar, chatting with a rival CEO. She laughed, but it sounded forced. I strode over, my anger barely contained. "We need to talk," I said, my voice like steel. She followed me to a quiet corner, her face pale. I confronted her about the rumors, the texts, the looks. She denied everything, but her voice cracked. "I'd never hurt the company," she insisted. But I wasn't buying it. I demanded her phone, but she clutched it tightly. "This is crazy," she said, eyes wide. I let it go, for now. The gala was no place for this. I had to focus on damage control. But my trust in her was crumbling. Back in the crowd, I worked to charm the investors, laughing off the rumors as competitor nonsense. Some nodded, but others weren't convinced. I felt like I was drowning. Every smile hid suspicion. I spotted Mr. Grayson across the room, watching me. He was my last hope to save this deal. I made my way over, heart pounding. He greeted me warmly, which threw me off. "Tough night?" he asked, almost amused. I nodded, keeping it vague. He leaned in, his voice low. "I know the truth about those rumors." My breath caught. Did he believe them? Or did he know something I didn't? Grayson pulled me aside, away from the crowd. "I've seen this before," he said. "Someone's playing dirty." My mind raced. Clara? A rival? He didn't elaborate but asked about my vision for the project. I poured my heart into it, detailing every innovation, every goal. He listened, nodding thoughtfully. "You're the real deal," he said finally. My relief was short-lived. "But you've got a leak," he added. A leak? My thoughts went straight to Clara. She had access to everything. Reports, plans, emails. I thanked Grayson and promised to handle it. The night was far from over, and I was on edge. I scanned the room for Clara again. She was back, mingling, all smiles. My gut twisted. Was she spreading more lies? I couldn't confront her yet, not without proof. I focused on Grayson, who was now my lifeline. He hinted he'd back the project, but only if I led it personally. "No middlemen," he said pointedly. Did he know about Clara? I nodded, promising full commitment. The deal was still alive, but the rumors were a ticking bomb. I needed to find the source. Clara's behavior was too suspicious to ignore. I decided to watch her closely for the rest of the night. As the gala wound down, I overheard another snippet, someone claiming I'd fudged our revenue. My fists clenched. This wasn't just gossip. It was sabotage. I caught Clara's eye across the room. She looked away quickly. My phone buzzed again. More texts in the investor chat, escalating the lies. I felt betrayed, exposed. Clara had been with me from the start. Why would she do this? Jealousy? A bribe? I had no answers, only questions. I needed to act fast to save my reputation. The night was a blur of fake smiles and whispered doubts. I cornered Clara one last time as guests left. "Tell me the truth," I said, my voice low but firm. She hesitated, then broke. "I didn't mean for it to go this far," she whispered. My heart sank. She admitted to venting about stress, but it spiraled. Venting. This was calculated. She swore she didn't start the financial rumors, but I didn't believe her. Her eyes were wet, but I felt no pity. She'd betrayed me, the company, everything. I told her we'd talk tomorrow. I needed time to think. The gala was over, but the real battle was just beginning. The next morning, I sat in my office, replaying the gala in my head. Clara's confession gnawed at me. Venting doesn't spark rumors like that. I called my CFO to verify our financials, spotless as I knew. But the damage was done. Investors were spooked. I pulled up Clara's access logs. She'd been downloading sensitive files for weeks. My stomach churned. This wasn't a mistake. It was deliberate. I felt like a fool for trusting her. My team was shaken, asking questions I couldn't answer yet. I needed proof before acting. Clara was due in an hour. I braced myself for a confrontation. When Clara arrived, she looked nervous, avoiding my gaze. I laid out the evidence: logs, timestamps, whispers from the gala. She stammered, claiming it was a misunderstanding. I wasn't buying it. "Who did you talk to?" I pressed. She named a rival exec, saying it was casual chat. Casual. Her story didn't add up. I suspended her access pending an investigation. Her face fell, but I felt no sympathy. The company was at stake. I had to protect it, no matter the cost. Clara left in silence, and I felt a mix of relief and dread. I called Grayson to update him. He was calm, unsurprised. "I've seen her type," he said. "Ambitious, but reckless." He urged me to take charge of the project myself. "Show them you're the leader," he said. I agreed, but my mind was on Clara. I hired a forensic analyst to dig into her actions. The gala rumors had spread online, and our stock was dipping. I drafted a statement debunking the lies, but words felt hollow. Investors wanted action, not excuses. I was fighting a war on two fronts: public perception and internal betrayal. The analyst's first report came in that afternoon. Clara had emailed sensitive data to an unknown account. My heart raced. This was worse than I thought. The account was linked to a competitor. Was she selling us out? I felt sick. Years of trust, gone. I met with my board, laying out the evidence. They were furious but agreed to keep it quiet until we had more. The project was still my priority. Grayson's faith in me was the only thing keeping it alive. I worked late, refining our pitch, determined to prove the rumors wrong. Days later, the analyst confirmed Clara's betrayal. She'd been feeding our rival info for months, including at the gala. The venting was a cover. She'd orchestrated the rumors to tank our deal. My anger boiled, but I stayed focused. I fired Clara that day, no discussion. She didn't fight it, just left. The office felt emptier, but cleaner. I rallied my team, promising transparency. They deserved to know the truth, but not all of it, not yet. The project was my lifeline now. I had to deliver, or we'd lose everything. I met Grayson again, this time at his office. He was all business, no small talk. "Can you handle this?" he asked. I nodded, laying out my plan to lead the project personally. He liked my fire, my focus. "Good," he said. "I want you, not your team, at the helm." His trust gave me hope, but the pressure was immense. The rumors still lingered, and competitors were circling. I worked around the clock, rebuilding investor confidence. Every call, every meeting, was a chance to prove myself. Clara's betrayal had lit a fire in me. The next week was a blur of meetings and strategy sessions. I was hands-on, micromanaging every detail. My team stepped up, sensing the stakes. We polished the AI project, making it bulletproof. Grayson checked in daily, impressed by our progress. The rumors were fading, replaced by buzz about our innovation. I felt alive, driven. Clara's actions had backfired. She'd made me stronger. But I couldn't let my guard down. The industry was watching, waiting for me to slip. I wasn't going to give them the satisfaction. At a follow-up investor meeting, I presented our project with full confidence. No rumors, no doubts, just facts. The room was electric. Grayson stood up, clapping slowly. "This is why I chose you," he said. The others followed, warming to me again. The deal was back on track. I felt a weight lift, but not completely. Clara's betrayal still stung. I'd trusted her, and she'd nearly ruined us. I vowed to tighten security, to never be blindsided again. The victory was sweet, but the scars remained. Back at the office, I addressed the team. I didn't name Clara but spoke about trust and resilience. They nodded, united. We were stronger now, a real unit. I delegated more, trusting my core team to execute. Grayson's words echoed in my mind, "No middlemen." I was the leader, and I owned it. The project was moving fast, with new investors joining. The gala felt like a lifetime ago. But I kept Clara's file on my desk, a reminder of what betrayal looked like. I wasn't naive anymore. Late one night, I got an email from Clara. No subject, just a wall of text. She apologized, claiming she was overwhelmed and made mistakes. I didn't reply. Her words meant nothing now. The analyst had found more. Her rival contact had promised her a job. She'd sold us out for a corner office. I forwarded the email to legal. This wasn't over. But I didn't let it consume me. The project was my focus, my redemption. Grayson's faith, my team's hustle, it was all coming together. I was ready to lead, no matter what. The project launch was set for next month. We were in overdrive, testing every system. Grayson was hands-on now, visiting our office weekly. His confidence in me was unshakable. I'd earned it the hard way. The rumors were dead, buried by our progress. Industry blogs were raving about our AI tech. I felt proud but stayed vigilant. Clara's betrayal taught me that trust is earned, not given. I vetted every new hire myself, double-checked every report. My team respected the change, even if it was intense. We were a machine now, unstoppable. One evening, Grayson called me for a drink. No business, just us. He shared his own stories, betrayals, failures, wins. "You're tougher than I was at your age," he said. I laughed, but it meant something. He saw me as a peer, not just a CEO. We toasted to the project, to resilience. I realized how far I'd come since the gala. Clara's lies had almost broken me, but they didn't. They made me sharper, hungrier. I thanked Grayson for believing in me. He just shrugged. "You proved it," he said. That was enough. The launch was getting closer, and the pressure was insane. My team was exhausted but relentless. I brought in catered meals, gave impromptu pep talks. We were in this together. I thought about Clara less now. She was a footnote. The analyst's final report confirmed she'd acted alone. No one else in my circle had betrayed me. That gave me peace. I focused on the project, on the future. Grayson was pushing for a bigger rollout, more investors. I was ready to deliver, to show the world what we could do. A week before the launch, I got a call from a rival CEO, the one Clara had cozied up to at the gala. He wanted to talk. I met him, curious but guarded. He admitted to receiving Clara's leaks but swore he didn't spread the rumors. I didn't believe him, but I listened. He offered a partnership, a way to move past the drama. I declined. My company, my project, my rules. He left, tail between his legs. I smiled, knowing we'd outlast him. The gala was a distant memory now, a lesson learned. Launch day arrived, and the energy was electric. Our office was packed. Team, investors, press. I stood at the podium, heart steady. I spoke about our vision, our tech, our grit. No mention of Clara or the rumors. The crowd was with me, hanging on every word. Grayson was front row, nodding. When I finished, the applause was deafening. The AI demo ran flawlessly. Investors swarmed me, checkbooks ready. We'd done it. I'd done it. The project was a hit, and I was its leader, no question. After the launch, Grayson pulled me aside. "You're running the whole thing," he said. "Not just this project, every future one." My jaw dropped. He wanted me to oversee his entire portfolio. It was the ultimate vote of confidence. I accepted, overwhelmed but ready. Clara's betrayal had pushed me to this moment. Without it, I might not have fought so hard. I thanked Grayson, my voice steady. The team celebrated late into the night. We were unstoppable now, a force in the industry. Back at the office, I cleared Clara's file from my desk. It was over. Legal was handling her case, breach of contract, maybe more. I didn't care. My focus was forward. The team was buzzing, new projects already in motion. Grayson's trust had opened doors, big ones. I hired a new secretary, someone vetted to the teeth. No more blind spots. I was a different leader now, sharper, wiser. The gala had been my crucible, and I'd come out stronger. The industry knew my name now, and I wasn't going anywhere. Months later, the project was a global success. Our AI tech was in headlines, changing industries. I was on panels, keynotes, podcasts. Grayson was my biggest cheerleader, but I'd earned every bit of it. The team grew, and so did our ambitions. I thought about Clara once in a while, wondering what drove her. Greed? Envy? It didn't matter. She was gone, and we were thriving. I kept her betrayal as a reminder. Trust, but verify. My company was my legacy now, and I'd protect it at all costs. Looking back, the gala was a turning point. Clara's lies could have sunk me, but they didn't. They forced me to step up, to lead like never before. Grayson's faith, my team's grit, it all came together. I was no longer just a CEO. I was a force. The industry respected me. Competitors feared me. I'd built something real, something lasting. Clara was a lesson, not a loss. Every late night, every tough call, was worth it. I was exactly where I was meant to be, leading the charge. Now, I'm looking ahead. New projects, new challenges, new wins. Grayson's portfolio is mine to shape, and I'm ready. The gala taught me who I am under pressure. Clara's betrayal showed me what I'm capable of. I don't dwell on it. I'm too busy building. My team is with me, my vision is clear. The future is ours, and we're just getting started. I'll never forget that night, but it doesn't define me. It sharpened me, and I'm grateful for it, in a twisted way. This is my story, and I'm writing the next chapter. Thanks for listening to this crazy tale. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories of triumph and betrayal.